So, for example, as you're
そっか
leaving,
そっか。
you might just hear like, "Arigatou gozaimashita," and then you'll just hear "Arigatou gozaimashita," and like everyone says it around you.
こんにちは。日本語教師のゆめりです。
All right, I'm Dek, and I'm an English teacher in Japan, and welcome back to part 2. If you haven't watched part 1, make sure you watch that. Today, we will be carrying on what to say, what to do, what happens in an izakaya.
今日は居酒屋やレストランで使えるフレーズを紹介しています。ぜひパート1から見てください。Let's begin.
Let's go. Okay, so Yumeri, we're at the izakaya. We're very drunk. We've drunk a lot of beers, too many beers.
酔っ払った。
Yeah,
飲みすぎて。
and we've eaten a lot of food. However, there's still a lot of food left, and I want to bring some of that home.
家に持ち帰るの？
Yeah, can I do that at an izakaya?
聞いたことない。居酒屋でたくさんご飯がまだ残ってて、それを持ち帰るってことだよね。
Yeah, like I think like izakayas are kind of cheap drinks, cheap foods, but very good standard, very high quality.
美
But
味しい美味しい。めっちゃ美味しい。
I've never seen anyone be like, "Excuse me, can I just put that in a like box and take it home?" Like we call it like doggy bags or something.
ドギーバッグっていうの？
Doggy bag, yeah. It's like because like takeaway would be ordering foods like new that you haven't eaten, whereas a doggy bag is kind of food that you've already eaten but haven't finished. And that I think you can do that in some places in Japan, right?
レストランとかカフェ、とかだともし食べきれなかったら持ち帰りお願いしますとか持ち帰りできますかって聞いたら、タッパーケースを持ってきてくれると思う。
Yeah, and even like if some places like cafes, maybe they don't often give you like the food to take home because everyone eats it or leaves it. The owner or the staff will go out of their way. They'll be like, "Oh yeah, of course. Like, please wait," and they'll try and find a box or something and put your food in. But as you said, in izakayas, that doesn't happen, right?
やらない。あんまり居酒屋では聞いたことない。
Yeah.
お持ち帰りする？結構日本じゃない国だと。
In England, yeah, you do it all the time. If you went to like, I used to go to Chinese restaurants with my family, and like the last course would be like big, like I don't know, meat or vegetable dishes or like pancakes or something, or even dessert, and you'd be full. So because you've paid for it all, it's kind of a waste. So you'd ask, "Oh, can I take this home, or can you wrap this up and I want to eat it tomorrow?" And the staff are like, "Yeah, sure," and they'll put it all together and give it in a bag. And yeah, that's like the natural thing in England.
同じかもしれないね。でも居酒屋ではあんまり聞いたことない。
Yeah, you'd be looked at very strangely, right? It's just like,
確かにね、ちょっと
who's this weirdo?
でもさ、その後さ、2軒目行くでしょ？バーとかさ、行くでしょ、多分。
I literally was just about to say that. Yeah.
そこに持ってくの変じゃない？
Yeah. So that's another thing. Izakayas are great because they're cheap, they're good atmosphere, but they're usually the first place you go. It's kind of like everyone goes there and then you go to another place and then you go to a nice bar or then you go to bowling or something. Izakaya is kind of like you have a few drinks to warm up and then you go to the main event, right? Yeah. So imagine like taking like doggy bags around all night. It's just weird, right? And then everyone's looking at you and like you're going bowling and you're like throwing the ball, but you've got the doggy bag of like egg and one egg. So yeah, but obviously if you go to a restaurant, maybe that's the main thing of the night. So the staff will obviously like box your food and give it to you. So yeah, they do mochikairi in Japan, but yeah, it depends on the place.
そうだね。場所によるね。
Okay, Yumeri-san. We've gone out and we've had many beers. We've had a lot of food. Can you pay for all of this, please? Come on.
Okay.
But no, it's really interesting, I think, the how to pay. What happens next? Yeah, so how do you pay? We finish, we want to go. It's just like, shall we go to the second party? Yeah, sure, let's go.
二次会。
Yeah. How do you pay? Do you raise your hand? Do you press a button? Do you go to the staff?
そうだね。すみません。お会計お願いします。お会計お願いします。
Yeah. Or I always struggled to remember that word. I don't know why. It was like a mental block. I couldn't remember. お会計お願いします。So I always did this.
これもめっちゃいいね。
Yeah. It doesn't mean like no or like bad, right? It means
これしないの？日本だけ？
Yeah, I think so. Like we don't do. Yeah. No, I've never done that abroad. Yeah.
日本だと。
But that means like that would mean like no. That's just a small version of no.
そっかそっか。
So that's why like when I first heard that, I was like, what? It's like, excuse me, no, or no. But actually, you're asking for the bill, right? You're asking to pay. This means the bill.
お願いします。
Why? Do you know? Why is this
なんでだろうね。
bill? I don't know.
もう終わりって意味なんじゃない？
Okay, like. So maybe it's like no more food, no more drink.
No more food かもね。
Yeah. It's a kind of weird gesture, isn't it? Yeah.
本当？
Yeah. But yeah, it's cool because it's like I'm still, as an Englishman, using a big voice in a restaurant is like you so bad. Like you feel so awkward. So you always have to get the shop assistants or like the staff's eye contact. You need to make eye contact.
そうだね。
So it's like, and you kind of raise your hand like, it's like, yeah, can we have the bill, please? But in Japan, sumimasen! It's like, whoa, oh my god. And I can't do it. I can't do it. I just feel like something inside me is just, it's just so rude to me. But I know it's not rude, but it feels really rude. So this was a lifesaver because then you can just go,
lifesaver.
And you don't need to say anything. As a Brit, it's perfect. Yeah.
Okay ってなるよね。
Yeah. So then they bring the check, they bring the bill over, and
で、そのお会計を持ってレジに行ってお支払いをします。
So sometimes you can either, I guess, you put the money together on the table, and then the staff will come over and kind of check, or they give you the receipt and they'll tell you, please pay at the register. And they'll like point to it, and then
レジでお願いします。
yeah, and it's still the same. You kind of all put your money together, but you then bring it to the front. So in Japan, you can pay separately or as a group, but I think like most of the time, if for example we said earlier the nomi hodai and tabe hodai, that can kind of only be done if all members do it, right? So for example, say you and I do nomi hodai and our friend says, I just want one beer, I'll just do like tampin, I'll just do one drink. You can't do that, can you? You all have to do nomi hodai. Yeah.
みんな一緒にしなきゃいけないよね。
Because otherwise you can just give like your drink to your friends. Yeah. So usually it's very easy because you all pay the same amount. So usually no one has the correct change because everyone just has like 1,000 yen bills. So it's like, okay, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000. And then you get the change. It's like, who wants 100 yen? Do you want, you're like, nah, iranai. Just, it's okay. It's fine. I don't need it. It's just like, okay, do you want 100 yen? Do you want 100 yen? And everyone says no. So then the person who receives it kind of gets like 400 yen or something. So it's really good. In Japan, if you get the bill, you should be the one to collect the money. Because then when you pay, you'll get like 300, 400 yen.
確かにね、お会計するときに自分が集める人だったらちょっと得するよね。
Yeah. Everyone's just like, nah, like if it's 1,800 yen and you give 2,000 yen, because everyone's in the same condition, you don't want to get 200 yen and 200 yen and 200. So you just say, it's all right. So usually the person who gets the money maybe gets like 2,000 yen back and it's free. So it's great position that. So then when you leave an izakaya, what do the staff do? What do they say?
ただ、ありがとうございましたじゃない?
Yeah, they usually they'll say yeah, ありがとうございました and they'll bow or something or please come again. Or,
またお越しください.
Yeah.
またお待ちしております.
Yeah. And what I really like is if one of them says it, then the whole shop says it too, right? So for example, as you're leaving, you might just hear like, ありがとうございました and then you'll just hear ありがとうございました and like everyone says it around you. That's really izakaya style.
確かに居酒屋めっちゃ元気だもんね、店員さんが。
Yeah. I think in a restaurant, like you go, when you pay, the person at the register will just be like, ありがとうございました and you're like, ありがとうございました and then you kind of leave. But in izakaya, they're all like, ありがとうございました And you're like, oh, yeah, cheers, thanks. Yeah. Very genki, right? Yeah. And I think that's part of the charm. They try to be unique and friendly because there's so many izakayas. The competition is so high.
確かに居酒屋本当にたくさんあるもんね。
Right. So they try and give you a unique experience to get you to come back, make you feel at home, make you relaxed, so you have a good time. And you have a memorable experience. So, Yumeri, as the customer, what do you say to the staff when you leave?
ただ、ごちそうさまでしたかな?
Yeah, right? Yeah.
Or ありがとうございました.
Yeah, both are okay. Yeah. So, gochiso sama deshita is like, thanks for the meal, but it's more, it's deeper than that. It's not just thanks for the meal. It's more like, I know that you've gone through all this trouble. Thank you for serving us. Thank you for being our waitress or our waiter. Thank you for, like, I don't know, anything. It's everything. So
どっち言ういつもありがとうございましたとどっち言うごちそうさまです
I always say like ごちそうさまですごちそうさまでした I never know which one to say. It's like sometimes my Japanese friends will say ごちそうさまですごちそうさまでした I never know if it should be
確かにわかんないかもごちそうさまです
Right? It's like just a mixture.
どっちだろう
Yeah.
どっちでもいいんじゃない
Yeah. Even though you've eaten the food, you can kind of say, because it's more like, it's like, thanks for the meal. So that could be future tense or past tense. So yeah, either is okay. It's like sometimes the staff, I like it because they say it so often and so fast. So I would be like, I'd be like, gochiso sama deshita. And they're like, gochiso desu. And you're like, oh. Okay, yeah. Like, what did you say? What's this? So, thanks for watching part 2. I hope you kind of got a feel for how izakayas in Japan work, some useful phrases, what to say before, how to order, and what to say at the end. And as I said before, if you haven't watched part 1, make sure you watch that on Yumeri's channel. And yeah, stay tuned for some more videos. Thank you.
はい、皆さん今日はありがとうございました。今日は居酒屋で、特に居酒屋で使えるフレーズを紹介しました。もし他にもこんなシチュエーションのフレーズを知りたいとかあれば、ぜひコメントで教えてください。
Yeah. Let's do a final 乾杯!
Okay.
Here you go. Izakaya style. いらっしゃいませ! 乾杯!
乾杯!